Hey guys, my name is Vanshaj and welcome to my channel Comicversity. This video was actually going to be about something very different, totally something else. But Netflix being Netflix, वो चाह रहा था कि भाई कुछ तो है जो उन्होंने अभी अभी नया नया रिलीज किया है और मैं वो देखूं. So एक दिन I just thought कि all right, let's give it a shot. And was it the best decision I made? In all my years on this planet, this show is literally one of the best things that I have ever watched. This show called Arcane on Netflix. ये जो show है ये it is based on a game called League of Legends. अब ideally मैंने League of Legends कभी खेला नहीं था. हाँ, in the gaming spheres here and there मैंने सुना था उसके बारे में, but I hadn't really played it. But if you have played it or if you haven't, it doesn't matter. The characters are the ones that are there in the game, but the storylines are definitely quite new. So Arcane has 2 seasons and मैंने 4 ही दिन में ये दोनों seasons देख डाले. इसका जो first season आया था that came out back in 2021 at the height of COVID. अब COVID के time पे when we all were just sitting at home doing work from home and everything, and we were all just glued to all these OTTs. उस time पे काफी सारा इतना amazing content release हुआ था that it's a different thing altogether. There were the sad times of COVID that left its mark on all of us, but there was the high of good quality content as well. तो उसी टाइम पे एक और शो एक animated release हुआ था that really left a mark on me, which was Invincible. Invincible is available on Amazon Prime. If you haven't watched it, give it a shot. It's quite an adult show. It has very gruesome deaths, but it'll be worth it. Okay, so coming back to Arcane. Arcane का season 1 आया था back in 2021 in somewhere around November, and this show turned out to be an absolute game changer. So 2022 में जब award functions हुए for your 2021 shows and movies, Arcane won the Primetime Emmy Award for the most outstanding animation. And not just this, there's a huge list of awards that this show won. You can have a look at it if that is important for you. But all it goes to show is that this show was really blowing everyone's minds. Do you remember when Spider-Man Into the Universe and Spider-Man Across the Universe released the Miles Morales animated film? तो उसका animation कितना ज़्यादा groundbreaking and otherworldly था. Now that was something in terms of the movies, right? It created a mark, it left a mark and changed the trajectory of animation from there. Almost similar scale का mark छोड़ के जाता है this show Arcane. So this show Arcane is owned by Riot Games. Riot Games is the company that created League of Legends, जहाँ से Arcane के characters and storyline उठाई गई. Riot Games also has another truly amazing game called Valorant. Now, those of you who have played Valorant, they know how amazing the graphics and animations of that game are. The show has been animated by a company called Fortiche, and let me tell you, this is a truly amazing job that they've done. Riot Games is owned by a company called Tencent. A big shout out to all my PUBG and COD players. Woo-hoo! Tencent. Even एक recent trivia मेरे को इस show के बारे में पता चला that the amount of budget for this show, for the 2 seasons of the show, was somewhere around $250 million. इतने में तो Marvel DC की बहुत ही amazing movies बन जाती हैं. So you can just imagine कि उन्होंने कितनी ज़्यादा मेहनत और कितना ज़्यादा प्यार इस show को दिया होगा. That it absolutely became worth it. क्योंकि इसका first season आया था back in 2021, इसका second season drop हुआ very recently in November of 2024. So there was a gap of 3 years. Luckily for me, मैंने तब ये show नहीं देखा था and अभी देखा तो the entire story and the entire flow was quite connected for me and I really enjoyed it because of that. उन लोगों के लिए थोड़ा gap जरूर आ गया जिन्होंने first season already पहले देखा हुआ था. And I envy you guys क्योंकि मैंने ये show तब नहीं देखा था. So good job. But if you haven't watched it, so now both the seasons are in front of you now. You can definitely go ahead and give it a watch. One interesting thing I'm going to tell you before I give you a review of this show. This show has only 2 seasons. Yes. So it's not that कि आपको अपना बहुत ज़्यादा time invest करना है या आपको plan करना है कि यार अगले मैं 2 महीने तक इस show को मैं देखने वाला हूँ या मैं कहीं और ध्यान नहीं लगा पाऊँगा या कुछ और नहीं कर पाऊँगा. No, it's just 2 seasons, 9 episodes each. And trust me, मैंने तो 4 दिन में खत्म किया, आप क्या पता 2 ही दिन में खत्म कर दो यार. You have a weekend coming up, it's the holiday season, give it a watch, it will be truly amazing. So enough trivia, now let's talk about the show. This show is based in a city called Piltover. Piltover is a mix of really good technology and yet quite an old age feel to it. So it has quite a steampunk kind of an art to it. Be that the clothes that they wear, be that the vehicles that they drive, be that the armor that they have, be that the houses that they live in, food that they eat, the stores, the roads, the lanes, everything. It has quite a steampunk feel to it and it is a visual spectacle. अब इस शो का बेसिक premise ये है that in this place called Piltover, there are 2 communities of people basically. One is called the top side, who are the rich, the educated, or essentially the suppressors. And then there are the people of Zon, who are not as rich and they are suppressed. अब आप कितना ज़्यादा suppress करोगे, कहीं ना कहीं तो एक चिंगारी निकलेगी जो आग में तब्दील हो जाएगी, right? And that kind of leads to a rebellion. Now, because of that rebellion, there's a lot of loss and hatred and anger on both the sides. इसी बीच के दौरान हम मिलते हैं with our lead characters, 2 little girls who are scared and running away in this war called Violet or Vi and Powder, who later on becomes Jinx. Essentially, this entire story revolves around these 2 characters. However, there are several other characters in this show that might become your favorites and not just these 2. So when the show starts, Powder is somewhere around, let's say, 4 or 5 years of age. Violet, the elder sister, is maybe somewhere around 7 or 8. And these guys are running in this war, they are scared, there are dead bodies lying around, there are explosions everywhere. And that's when they come to Vander. Vander takes care of them, takes them under his guard and kind of just treats them as his own kids. And eventually they build a father-daughter relationship. It's very cute, it's very lovey-dovey, it's really amazing actually. Ultimately, this show is about an uprising and how these third kind of people try to take advantage of this uprising, and then the initial 2 parties, they come together to fight this third party who was trying to take advantage of them, right? So that's the entire premise of this show. But eventually, इस शो के सारे ही characters की इतनी amazing stories हैं that it will keep you hooked throughout the entire show. And it's not just that the stories are over there to keep you hooked. The visuals, the background score, the sound effects, the voice acting, you will see yourself rooting for these other characters, let me tell you. And हो सकता है एक ऐसा point है that you might not even care about Violet and Jinx. You want these other characters to win. So first, let me list out these characters for you. Okay. So let's right off the top of my mind, I can think of Jinx, I can think of Violet, I can think of Vander, I can think of Silco, I can think of Jace, Caitlyn, Mel, Victor, Isha. There are several amazing characters in this show in terms of its visual aspects and its audio aspects both. I cannot oversell this, guys. I'm repeating this once again. In all my years of existence on this planet, this show is one of the best things that I've ever watched. Even the story is so well written that अगर आप show के starting में, if you are cheering for a character, by midway of that season you might start hating them. And initially, if you were hating some character, then by the end of that season you will start really loving and respecting them. So that is, I would say, the core of good writing, where be that a good character, be that a bad character, not only does it make you feel really relate to them or really love them or hate them, but if they are also able to change your perception about them, then it means that the writing has really done its job. And it kind of becomes quite unexpected because there's this whole roller coaster of emotions. You don't know what to really expect, what is going to happen in the very next scene. It's diabolical, it's fun, it's crazy, it's angry, it's sad, it's depressing. All in all, it's real fun. But जो भी हो, ultimately, even if you are supporting one character, तो अगर बाकी कैरेक्टर्स भी स्क्रीन पे होंगे, if the other characters are on screen, you won't miss your favorite characters, क्योंकि भाई इनकी खुद की स्टोरी इतनी इंटरेस्टिंग चल रही है, इन यहाँ का खुद का एनिमेशन इतना अमेजिंग है, यहाँ के खुद का बैकग्राउंड स्कोर, यहाँ का खुद का साउंड इफेक्ट्स, एवरीथिंग यहीं पे इतना मजा आ रहा है कि भैया आप उसको भूल जाओगे, एंड व्हेन यू गो बैक टू दैट यू विल बी अगेन गोइंग क्रेजी, क्या रे ये क्या हो गया. So that's just kind of the way this show has been written, and it's fabulous. I literally have no words for it. Now, like every other show or movie, this show of course has its own plot holes as well. I'll mention two over here without creating any spoilers. First thing, there's this character in the second season called Warwick. So he's a werewolf kind of a character who gets really angry and full of rage, Wolverine style, if he smells blood. तो एक सीन आता है कि where one of the characters he spills blood to call this Warwick character to him to save him. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि यार वहां से वहां तक आते हुए Warwick को अपने लोकेशन से इस कैरेक्टर के पास तक आते हुए और कहीं खून ही नहीं दिखा, एंड तब से नहीं दिखा जब से ये कैरेक्टर का फॉर्मेशन हुआ है. That's quite weird. And the second one is, and it's more of an interesting one. Jinx, जो I would say the prime character of this show, how does she get the time to create so much of graffiti right before a fight? भैया कोई तो हमको ये बता दो, because that was truly unbelievable. Though visually बहुत मजा आता था देखने में, all her bombs, all her creativity, it's truly amazing. The colors used over there are really exceptional. But that's a genuine question that I have. IMDb has rated it at 9 out of 10. That's specifically for season 1, I believe. Rotten Tomatoes has given it a complete 100% Rotten Tomato, which is it's basically a fresh tomato. For me as well, I personally rate this show a very good 9.5 out of 10. So I'm in the middle of IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, I would say. But I love this show. क्या ये कुछ बेहतर हो सकता था? See, there is always scope for improvement. But I don't think मैं वहाँ पे जाके कुछ अलग कर पाता. जो काम उन्होंने किया, that is really good. That's really fabulous. Ultimately, as a viewer, I enjoyed the 4 days that I gave to this show, watching back episodes, 9 episodes each. Just a reminder. So it all becomes really worth it. Now the question is, does this series end with the 2 seasons of Arcane? Yes and no. So League of Legends का जो world है, it's huge. जो players हैं League of Legends के, I'm sure they must be aware. I am not a player, so I'm not aware right now, but I definitely look forward to what they have in store. The Arcane storyline was just for 2 seasons, and yes, it is over. We might have some special appearances of a few of these characters in the other series, but Arcane is over, League of Legends is not. So as of right now, there are 3 more different series under League of Legends that are currently under production, and if Arcane is anything to go by, I'm sure it's going to be friggin' amazing, dude. I'm sure you are going to have your own list of favorite characters. Once you do let me know in the comments below who were your favorite characters and what else do you expect from a show like this. आपको इसका animation, इसका सब कुछ कैसा लगा? Do let me know. Do you think there is any other show that kind of stands up to it? If there is, I would definitely love to watch it. So in the report card of Comicversity, I rate this show a 9.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Do comment and let me know what you feel I should review next or maybe watch next. And I'll definitely try to take it under consideration and watch it as soon as I can. Thanks again so much for your time, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.